Hey everyone, my name is Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. Welcome to the first Friday reads of 2022. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing. It's already a weekend to this year. How are y'all doing? How's 2022 treating you so far? I've been okay. Busy. Things are starting to settle in a little bit more into like a normal groove, which is really nice. I'm just trying to settle in again. It's really nice too. This is my first working week of a new schedule. So I only work 2 days a week, sometimes 3. I work every other Friday. So this week I don't work on Friday. And just the sheer relief of knowing that I am not working on this day and that it's not like a fluke or I would try and squeeze someone in if someone called last minute, you know what I mean? Just to have that knowledge of having the day off, I feel so much better. I am a lot happier just with making literally 1 week, 5 days. Not even because it's Thursday night when I'm filming this, so 4 days. So I'm really glad that I did this for myself. And it seems like such a small thing, but it makes a big difference. So far it's going okay. Let's see here. Song of the week this week. Let's get back into the groove of things, shall we? I keep saying groove of things. Sorry, I don't know what my deal is. Let's go with Meet Me at Our Spot by The Anxiety. The Anxiety is Taylor Cole and Willow Smith. So this was a little annoying to me at first. I thought, this is really dumb. And then I got hooked on it, and now I can't wait to hear it on the radio every time it comes out. I'm like, yes, I just crank it up. So enjoy some new music, everyone. Okay, so I've gotten 2 books in this week, but I'm going to try and save them for a haul at the end of the month. I'm hoping I won't have many more than the 2 I already have, but we'll see. I'm trying not to buy so much here, so we'll see. Okay, so books that I finished. I also finished 2 books this week. First up was an ebook and a reread for me. This is the 8th, I want to say, in the Hamish Macbeth series by MC Beaton. This is Death of a Greedy Woman, though sometimes it's called Death of a Glutton. So I don't know. Probably glutton is the more modern term. These were originally published in I think it's the mid to late 80s I'm up to right now. So they're close to 40 years old. Yeah, so this one was not the greatest. I didn't dislike it by any means, and I do appreciate that we get to see the established characters and how their relationships have changed based on the murder and what they're doing now, like in their personal lives. That's why I like this book, really, but otherwise it was pretty bad. Mostly the fat phobia thing. So I noticed it before the first time I read through this book, 8 or 10 years ago. I read through the series and I noticed it then, but I just sort of went, whatever, and let it go. But reading it again now, looking at it with fresh eyes, she is really fat phobic. I mean, really, really fat phobic. The way she describes this person, Peta is her name, the way she describes her eating especially, and how she conducts herself, it's just straight up disgusting. I mean, I know it's meant to be indicative of her character. It's supposed to show what she's like and why her business partner doesn't want her around anymore and why she's trying to buy her out. But so I understand the point of it, but it's extremely heavy-handed and it's really gross. And there's lots of little things in all these books now that are fat phobic. I mean, she really, at least in the 80s, really, really intensely disliked fat people. And as a fat person, that's kind of hard for me to roll with. So this was pretty bad. I think I gave it 2 stars on this reread on Goodreads. Really, it's like a 1 or a 1.5 star. Who did it? I understand why they did it, and it makes sense. I couldn't remember who it was, so I had to finish reading. For as much as I read mysteries and have watched a ton of mysteries too, I'm not always able to. Usually I can, at least I get a hint for it, but I've forgotten. All the Poirot's, I've seen those movies and those shows, adaptations, I don't know how many times each, tons and tons, but even still, The Disappearance of Mr. Davenham. I couldn't tell you who did it. ABC Murders. don't remember who it was you're supposed to think it is, but not who actually did it. Like, I just don't remember this stuff. So I read it for that, and because I'm rereading the series. But yeah, really just not great and a bummer. But you know, what can you do? And the other book I finished, which is an actual physical book. It's a miracle. I read a physical book. This is Dead Until Dark by Charlaine Harris. I still didn't take the sticker off. I apologize. This is the first in the Southern Vampire Sookie Stackhouse True Blood series. A reread for me too. I am participating in the Out of the Coffin read along, hosted by Ange at Ange's Book Chatter and Amy at Book 2 with Amy. We've got a really fun Discord chat. I'm figuring it out. I'm slow. I'm not great at Discord, but figuring it out. So I started this Sunday night, like, 4 or 5 o'clock, and read the first 200 and some pages. And then Monday when I got home from work, I finished the last 100 and just finished it up. So it was just over a 24-hour read, which is not bad. Yeah, I really enjoyed the characters again. I think I started watching the show maybe 3 or 4 seasons in, and then I started reading the books afterwards. So, no, I read the books before. I didn't read them at the same time is what I'm trying to say here. And then I watched several seasons of the show and then watched it like live when it was finishing up the last, 7 seasons. The last few seasons I watched live with everybody else. And I really like the show and I really like the books, but they're not the same thing. And I'm halfway through the first season, rewatching right now. I think I'm about halfway through. And a lot of stuff is like verbatim from the book. Lines are verbatim from the book. The characters follow the books much more closely, but I think it's around book 3 and 4 where we really see the split between the characters in the TV show and the characters in the source material of the books here. So it's nice to see old friends again, remember what happened, remember like some of the murders and who was around and who did it, and also people that were involved in bad stuff and have different reputations and things are from the book are very different in the series. So if you've read one or seen the other, watched, I think it's worth, if you want to, I think it's worth reading them because they are different enough. And it's very easy reading. I mean, you just zip right along. It's not anything taxing or anything. It's just fun. If you like vampires and God, all that paranormal stuff, and along with mysteries and small town southern things, I think you could do a lot worse than read this series. So I really enjoyed this. 4 stars for a reread. Not perfect, but tons of fun, and I'm really happy, really, really happy to be in this world again. I don't know how I'm going to wait until the beginning of February to read the next book, but I'm going to have to, right? So kind of bad on my part. Oh well. So let's see what's coming up for me. This weekend is MidMonth Book Bash. It seems so early, but the 10th is Monday, and MidMonth Book Bash always includes a 10th, so I'm going to try and vlog for that. If you watch that on Tuesday, just beware. There are books everywhere in my house. And I know, books, yes, but doing this big sort, I'm doing, like, every space is either a book stack or a toppled book stack. So if you're going to see around my house, you're going to see a lot of books in various states of being sorted. So I'm going to work on that over the weekend. And of course, there's always the usual laundry, dishes, cooking, blah, blah, housework, yada. But I should just pretty much be around. So that's kind of nice, having a quiet few days together, just all at home to catch up on things. So for the big book sort project, in case you haven't watched any of my other videos about this, I just had the one where I talked about it. Who am I kidding? I am going through all of the books in my house, and currently I'm just sorting through read and unread from all the various places around the house and various places in the basement that are not like the book designated storage area in the basement. So I'm pulling everything together and separating it so far into read and unread, and then in the unread especially trying to separate nonfiction from fiction, just to kind of see. So I'm going to say halfway through that part. Once that's done, I'm going to just go through my already read books that I have like laying around and sort through if I want to keep them or not, and if I do, bin them up, put them where they should be in the basement. And then from there, all my TBR books, I'm going to put them in alphabetical order and go through them, like from all over the house, really go through all of them. If I can get things alphabetized by the end of this weekend, I'll be happy with that progress. So yeah, trying to be realistic about this stuff here, and I'm really hoping that I can get that far without losing my mind. I mean, it's not a big trip to that, but still, yeah. So, reading wise, I don't know what I'm going to be listening to next for an audiobook. I can't do an audiobook when I'm sorting through books. It's too much brain power between that and thinking of like, did I read this? Did I not? Fiction, nonfiction. You know what I mean? Like, I need that low level brain power to keep up with that. But actual physical book wise, I'm not sure. I still have those 3, 4, 5 read-alongs, readathons I'm doing this month. So I'll be working through some of that stuff, and yeah, I'll just kind of see what comes up for me. Also Friday, on our DoublebookedCo website, the business that Danny and I have, we'll do our new product launch at 4 Central Time Sunday, and then after that we'll do a new live that will be a productivity sprint, read with me kind of a thing that will go for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe more. We'll see how it goes. That'll start around 4:30 on the DoublebookedCo channel. So if you want to watch us and you want to see me reading and going like in my crazy ass house, you're more than welcome to join us. So yeah, how are y'all doing? How has the year been treating you so far? I hope you're all doing well. What kind of goals are you setting for yourself this year? Like, do you have a number goal or not? I am way behind on everything. End of year wrap-ups, start of year things, goals. I am so far behind, it's not funny. So hopefully over the weekend I'll have a chance to catch up with some of you there too and see where you're at. So far for my goal of 100 books for the year, I am 2 down. I think that leaves me on track, and I'm okay with that right now. So anyways, hope you're doing well and reading something great. I will hopefully see you Sunday at some lives. And yeah, if nothing else, I'll see you Tuesday or next week Friday. Take care, everybody. Bye.